thank you so much for joining me. This is Shelby Burton with Keto Made Easy. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. So, woo! This week has been my 1 year since I started drinking therapeutic ketones. And I am so excited to share my 1 year, what I've experienced, why it has completely changed my life, and it's even changed my hair purple, and just all this amazing ride I've been on for the last year. So stay tuned. Okay, so 1 year is huge, right? Oh, have you guys ever done anything for longer than 1 year? Well, for me, I'm one of those systematic people that I find a schedule, I find a system, and I stick with it for as long as I can. Well, when you have kids and a spouse and the world around you doesn't always go on your system or your schedule, so you have to learn to adapt. And so over this last year, it has been really life-changing for me, because not only did I decide to change up my health and fitness, but I also changed up my business and my career. And if you know, and if you've kind of been watching, they go hand in hand. So it's been very crazy, but so good crazy. And I'm so glad I made this leap. I am so passionate about what I do now and how I feel. And it's been a great ride. So if you guys don't know, a year ago, I was with another company, still in health and fitness, and I was just miserable. I was depressed, I was tired, I was fatigued, I felt like I was in a brain fog. I just didn't feel like I could get anything done. I wasn't focused. I felt like I needed to take a nap all the time. And what was really weird, my husband would come home, he's like, I just don't get this. You're supposed to be this healthy fitness person, and yet all of this is going on? And I was like, yes. Unfortunately, the sad thing was so with the company I was with in the past, which I don't like to compare and don't like to talk about really either one of them, because they're two different things. They're, yes, in the health and fitness industry, but what they offer is completely different. But anyways, I felt like I had to fake it till I make it. It was like there was this persona that we had to be perfect all the time. We had to always be doing that program, no matter if we liked it or we hated it. It was like you had to be putting it out there and selling it to people that this is what everybody needed, this is what everybody has to do, and there was no other way. So even times where I was so tired of meal prepping, I was so tired of eating on a schedule, so just tired of counting calories and macros, and it was hard, trying to cook one dinner for me and a separate dinner for my family, because I didn't want to eat what I was eating. And I know my family eats really healthy, but still it was very tiring and very taxing. And I just got tired of hiding it, So when the ketogenic diet started popping up and I saw other people in the same business as me doing it, I was completely floored. I was completely dumbfounded. I was really actually mad and absurd. And I had seen somebody post something on Facebook, and it was about the Bulletproof coffee. And, here she is adding butter and heavy whipping cream and sugar to her coffee. And I was like, that is so unhealthy. What is she doing? She is not representing our company correctly. She is doing this crazy thing that we don't do. What is wrong with her? And that was the mentality that I had, for the last 3 years as I was doing this in this company. And I thought this was the best lifestyle I could have. I had great results with it. I lost a ton of weight. I felt good. My kids were healthy, but it wasn't something that could be sustainable for long periods of time. And like I said, before I found ketones, And Prove It, I was just exhausted all the time. I was tired. I was upset. I was moody. I would snap. It was like I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I was gaining all this weight and I just couldn't figure it out, you know? So I did all the roller coaster stuff. I ate really, really small meals and worked out a ton. And then I changed up my diet, changed up my workouts, and still my life was this horrible roller coaster where it wasn't improving at all. But on the outside, everything had to be smiles and happy. And so finally, when Prove It came into my life and therapeutic ketones, it was such a lifesaver because, you know, all of you who are doing the ketogenic diet or have tried the ketogenic diet, you know, it starts out great. You're loving the foods. You're not hungry as much. You're in this zone. You know, you're in this zone. And then the moment you go off of it and you stop counting your macros and you stop living that diet, you're out of that zone, right? And you're like, darn it. So for me, it was another diet. It was another counting macros. It was another lifestyle that I had to be limited to, you know, and I was so tired of being limited. I just wanted to be free. You know, I just wanted to be able to eat what I want to eat, not have to plan everything out all the time. And I know that sounds crazy for me because I'm such a scheduled person, but that is also another thing that I'll touch on how Prove It has changed my whole outlook. So when therapeutic ketones came into my life, I knew what it felt like to be in ketosis because I had done the diet 6 months before it was introduced to me. I knew how hard it was. I knew how restrictive it was. And so when someone said, you can drink this packet and be in ketosis, 59 minutes after you drink it, it was a lifesaver to me. And I was like, wait a minute, back up. So I don't have to do this diet and I can still get the results. And they're like, yeah. And luckily it was my friend at the time and I was traveling and I had taken my first packet with her, you know, and we're all still new to this, you know, so a lot of you are like, wait a minute, you're supposed to start with half a packet. Yes, we didn't know that. You know, we were just so excited to try this and this new great thing. You know, it's like when protein shakes first came out. It was like, what is a protein shake? Oh, you got to have protein in your system, so drink this shake. And so now everybody knows about protein shakes. Protein shakes are used for everything, which I have to tell you, forget the protein shakes. Throw it away. That's old news. Ketones are new. Ketones are what's going on now. So I digress. So back to my friend, you know, she's like, try this packet. It is amazing. And so I did. And right off the bat, I did. I felt amazing. And not everybody's going to experience that. And I understand that. So I did. I noticed, you know, just this focus and this better mood, and especially traveling in a different time zone. And to tell you the truth, there was so much craziness going on in her life and my life at the time. And so it was so weird to just feel at peace after drinking this and being able to just go out and eat kind of whatever we wanted and not be hungry. You know, we had to go sit through I want to say 9-hour seminar. And it was like, I wasn't hungry, which is so weird. So I get home after trying this and knowing that this was out here, but it still took me a while, a long while. This was in May. And as you guys know, I first started fully drinking therapeutic ketones in July. So this week in July is when I started. So it took me a whole month to actually research it, find out what it is, what was going on, you know, all that good stuff. And then diving in, I decided to dive in when we were on a 2-week vacation, and it was like not even really a planned vacation. It was like we had to go to modeling acting classes for my daughter. We had a funeral to go to. We were visiting family, so we were driving which way, different here, there, I mean thousands of miles, right? So when I tried this stuff a year ago on vacation, I was so surprised. I always get tired when I drive. I am the person that cranks up the music and I'm singing to it, or I have my podcasts on and I'm learning, I'm drinking my water, I'm chewing gum, I'm doing anything so that I can stay focused because I have my kids in the car, and I don't want to get in an accident. And so what I noticed was I would drink this stuff and I would drive thousands of miles, hours on end, and not be tired. Not once was I dozing off. So I took a step back and I was like, this is crazy. I felt good. We were on vacation. I wasn't hungry that much. And I'll be honest with you, I ate a ton of crap food. I mean, ice cream and french fries and, you're on vacation, so you're eating fast food, I got in maybe a salad or two, but I mean, really, it was like just freeing to be able to do kind of whatever we wanted. So I will confess that I did lose 10 pounds in the first 10 days. Now, you guys, I don't like to focus on the weight because your weight fluctuates and it changes. And so, when someone says, I lost this much weight, it's great, but it always changes. You may gain it back. So for me, the 40 pounds that I've lost altogether has been amazing. I fit to my clothes now. I feel great in my own skin. I can wear a bikini, for almost 40. I feel good. I feel okay. There are some places I'm still working on, which it's only been a year. So who knows, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it's just going to be continue to getting better and better and better. But I don't like to focus on the weight just because there is so much more to this. Because after I found the ketones, it gave me laser focus. It gave me better sleep. I've been in a better mood. I can't even tell you the energy that I have now. And the fat it just melts off. And what I have to say is the biggest thing for me is that I have been freed from an eating schedule and food running my life. That has to be one of the biggest things in my life that has changed, because I have always suffered from having to keep my blood sugar at a certain level. And no, I'm not diabetic. It's just, if it drops, I get really queasy, I get dizzy, I've even passed out in the past. And so, I've always been told, you got to drink those protein shakes, you got to get your protein in, and you got to eat every 2 to 3 hours. You got to keep that sugar level up. And so I was always tied to that because I never wanted to pass out. I never wanted to feel that way. Never wanted to get the shakes. So when I started drinking the ketones and I wasn't hungry, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and I wasn't shaky, and I wasn't passing out, and I wasn't hungry, I wasn't getting headaches, and I still felt amazing. I still had that energy, that focus, I was in a good mood. It was really crazy to me that could change my life so much. So I don't prep anymore on the weekends, and I'm not stuck to an eating schedule. I eat when I want, and I have never had those symptoms, and it's been a year now, and I haven't had those symptoms of having to say, we've got to stop everything. I've got to get something to eat. There's been times where I'm like, what, I'm hungry, but I'm okay. I can make it, So it's just a different way of life that I've never experienced before. And I can throw out the protein shakes now. I don't need them. I can, not worry about eating every 2 hours. And that was huge. It was completely huge. Do you know how much money I have saved in food and just time? Time you can never get back. Money is a commodity. It comes, it goes. But my time is amazing. I can now go spend it with my kids and my family and not having to worry about getting in a snack or a meal or, I have to stop what we're doing. So that was so freeing. So as you can see on the outside, I have completely changed so much. But what you don't see is, yes, the 40 pounds has come off. I'm energetic. I have a better mood. I'm sleeping better. I have better focus. But what you don't see, and maybe you do, maybe you see it in my videos if you've been following me on Facebook, and my hair, but my heart and my passion and the way I think has completely changed. I am no longer hiding in this shell. I am finally being able to find myself and not be apologetic for it. You know, I can put it out there. Hey, you know what? This is what I believe in. You need to know the information. If you want it, you don't have to take it, but I'm giving it to you. You know, so it's so nice to be able to say, you know what, I want to dye my hair purple and I don't care the way people think of me. You know, so what if I have a huge bowl of ice cream and french fries and all of this stuff one day or 2 days in a row or a whole week in a row? That is me. This is what happens. Life is life. Sometimes you just got to, right? So I can put it out there and I can just be free, which I have never had that feeling before. I've always been a people pleaser and I've always been afraid what other people are going to think of me. And so what Prove It has done as a company and business is they have allowed me to come in and find myself and not judge me. And that is so weird, not to be judged. You know, everywhere that I've worked, I've always been judged. You know, I've always had this really, really, really hard time, you know, making sure I fit in, making sure that everybody around me likes me. And it's so weird because, you know, now I can say, this is me. If you don't like who I am, then that's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of ketones. You know, there's the door. Unfriend me. Don't watch my YouTube videos. I'm okay with that because I love me. My kids love me. My husband loves me. My family's proud of me. And that's what matters, is to have the people around me that are going to support me. And I really experienced that with Prove It. You know, I can say, hey, I'm going through a tough day today, and I can put it out there on social media, and I get support like that from my fellow provers and my family. And they're like, you know what, thanks for being honest. Thanks for being real. Hey, we all go through this. We're here for you. Before, it was like, if I posted anything negative, I was so afraid I was going to get backlash. Oh my gosh, you know, she shouldn't post that. She shouldn't say anything negative. Well, guys, life is life. You're going to have great positive things. And I have learned so much about putting positive vibes out there, thanks to Prove It, and really switching your mindset. And even though things don't work out the way that they do or you think they should and at that time of matter, it's still being positive. And for me, that has been a total transformation. You know, just thinking positive, not letting things get under your skin that you cannot control, just letting it go and moving on and not holding on to that negativeness. And that's been huge for me. And another thing that I have to say is, like I was saying, I'm a scheduled person, right? I have to know when, what, where, how, all of this stuff. So I went to my first Prove It event, which I have to tell you guys, you have to show up. That's another thing that I love about Prove It, is that it's for everybody. You don't have to be a promoter. You don't have to be drinking the ketones to show up to any event. It's all about knowledge. It's all about education. It's about sharing what is out there and what scientists that don't even work for Prove It are finding, you know? So I really encourage you to go to one of these events. So when I showed up, it was like, okay, this is what time we start. When do we get a lunch break? You know, when do we get a bathroom break? When are we done? And you guys, I will prepare you for this. There's no schedule. I was like, what? There's no schedule? You're kidding, right? And they're like, no, we show up and we go until we're completely satisfied. And so literally, guys, we started one day at 9 in the morning and we didn't get out of there till like 12:30, 1 in the morning. And I have to tell you, at other seminars and other company events, I would have been out of there. I would have been like, this is a joke. I am not staying. But you guys, it changed my life so much. I didn't want it to end. I would have stayed till 5 in the morning, you know, and gotten 1 hour of sleep and been back for more. It was crazy insane on how many different people were there and how they wanted to hear your story and how ketones had helped them and they wanted to share. And it was just, they just want you to be you. And I have never ever experienced that. And you know, it's not about selling or being the message. It's about sharing the message. And for me, that was huge. It was completely huge. So that way I didn't have to always be this perfect person all the time, you know, and use this perfect product all the time. You know, there's flavors of the ketones out there that aren't my favorite, but you know, that's just how it goes. It's not going to be everybody's favorite either. And I understand that. And that's something that they embrace and they're okay with it. And the whole positive attitude of, you know what, there's 1,000 companies out there now that are copying us. Luckily, we're the only company that has the patent for pure therapeutic ketones, but we're not like hating on them. We're not like downgrading. We're saying, hey, that's awesome. Join the movement, but we're doing this. This is us. Do what you want. This is us. You know, we're not comparing. We're not downgrading them. And I have never been in a company before that has been like that. So for me, it has just been an eye-opener on how amazing life can be if you find the right platform, the right tools, the right people, the right company, and how it can change your life just so much. You know, and then what's really cool is that my family gets to be involved now. You know, my family gets to help me package up the ketones. You know, they're always talking about the ketones. My kids are going to do a lemonade stand with the raspberry lemonade. So, I mean, it's so amazing to finally be able to have something that I can share with my family and they can see that they're helping my success. So we're all in it together. So you guys, this journey has only been a year. And as you can see, it has changed my life in so many ways. And it looks different for everybody. So my story is not going to be compared to your story or other people that are drinking the ketones. And that is what is so amazing. I am so blessed to finally see that it's okay to be different. It's okay to have different stories out there. It is perfectly okay because we are all individuals and that's what matters. So if you see other ketone stories out there, embrace them. Be glad they're sharing it with you and take away what they have to take away too. So I hope you guys can take a little bit of knowledge knowing that, you know, I have been doing this for a year and I'm still continuing to see great results. And it has completely done exactly what it says it's going to do and more. And on the business side of it, if you're looking for, you know, a little bit of extra income or you're looking to get your ketones for free, please reach out to me. Do not be hesitant. Don't be, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't let your pride get in the way. Because I can tell you right now, in my old company, I was making no money whatsoever. All right, I was devastated. I was spending so much money on the products, on being in the company, and it was killing me. Now I can honestly say that no, I'm not where I wanted to be in a year because I didn't really know what was possible. Now I know what is possible and I'm in love with this stuff and I'm passionate about it. But guys, I make a little bit of extra money to pay for my ketones and to be able to run my business, you know, and a little bit of extra money here and there just can do so much for you. I have to tell you, you know, and I ask you this question, what would free ketones and an extra $100 do for you right now? I know it has done amazing things for me. So I'm excited to see what the next year brings. And I'm hoping, I am dreaming big, guys. I have big goals. I have big goals just coming for September. So I'm hoping that this next year will just bring amazingness. And I hope it will bring amazingness for you too. Again, if you want any information about ketones or Prove It or my lifestyle or any information that I've shared here in this video, please let me know. Reach out to me. You can comment below. You can private message me at shelbyburtonfitness@gmail.com. All my contact links are down in the description. If you have any questions, I'm always here. Please don't hesitate. I'm not a mind reader. I can't like look through your screen and be like, this person wants me to reach out to them. So you have to take the effort. And I'm so glad that I was given the opportunity to take that effort because I don't know where I would be. Probably still miserable, fat, and depressed. I'm excited. I still have a couple more body composition changes that I am also going towards, and I'm sure and I know I will reach them. And as far as the business side, like I said, I have big goals and I'm here to help you guys. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and make sure you hit subscribe and share this video with anybody that can use it or is interested or is doing the ketogenic diet or is looking for something that is positive in their life, that needs a life change. And I can tell you, you need to stop the negative self-talk, because anybody can do this. All right, it doesn't take a rocket science. All it takes is passion and love in your heart to be you and find and grow and be a better version of yourself every day. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you again for stopping by.